Welcome to the We Ain't Normal podcast, where each week we share the best tools to help neurodiverse moms navigate life so you can enjoy more flow, focus, and freedom to live your best life yet. And now, here's your host, Charmaine Fuller.
Hey everybody, what's up? Today in the Motherhood Mindset series, we are talking today to Maiesha Clark. She is the founder and the boss of Maiesha Clark Coaching. She is a mentor, motivational speaker, and a life coach. Trust me, if you have mindset stuff going on, this is the girl that you want to talk to. She also has a nonprofit foundation that works with young women called BeU P.I.E in memory of her daughter. And Maiesha, tell us a bit more about who you are and what you like doing.
Hello. Well, of course, I love helping people. I love helping people get out of ruts, believe in themselves. I love kids, especially preteen girls, because I know, of course, you see I'm a girl, but I know how it feels to be kind of stuck at that sensitive age. I would say maybe 11 to 19, trying to figure things out. Your body's going through different things, your hormones going through different things. And some people are just what others would consider different.
Yes.
But learning to kind of just be yourself, and there's always a place for you. And that's why I named my foundation BeU P.I.E. P.I.E stands for purpose in everyone. Of course, it's named after my daughter, but that's what P.I.E stands for, purpose in everyone. No matter who you are, what you look like, there is still purpose.
Yes, yes, and yes. And today, that is kind of what we're talking and touching about, is we are touching on self-confidence in moms. And a lot of the times as moms, and I know even for myself, I think a lot of people think that when you teach self-confidence that you always got your shit together and that you are always in a good place. And it's like, that is the complete opposite. It is the complete opposite, I think, of what everybody thinks. And I know I thought that too when I first started like my mindset journey. Is I thought that, hey, everybody got their shit together but me. And it's like, oh my goodness. And then you get into it and we're all kind of going through these ups and downs and everything like that. What does self-doubt look like for you when you experience it, or if when you go through it?
Not believing in yourself, not thinking that I'm not gonna necessarily say that you're not good enough, but just not believing that you can do it, not believing that things can be successful or that you are qualified.
Yes. A lot of imposter syndrome for me comes in with self-doubt, a lot of beating myself up. Oh my God, why you do that? That was so stupid. Stuff like that. And you have to catch yourself. How do you, because catching yourself becomes a habit, it becomes a practice. How did you begin to catch those thoughts and those emotions?
Even having self-doubt, just do it. We just got through talking about like the tea party that I held last month. So I started having it last year in honor of my daughter. I have it around her birthday. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do it this year. But sometimes you have to just do it. Yeah. And most of the times the things that you're most doubtful about, they're the most successful.
Yeah.
And I will say too, surrounding myself with positive people.
Yeah.
People that speak positivity, because a lot of times, and I can't even say the things that you don't see, because even though you see those things in yourself, that doesn't mean you're not going to doubt yourself. It sounds crazy, but okay, like I know I'm ambitious. I know that I can do whatever I put my mind to, but when that self-doubt comes in, it'll make you just not do stuff, not do it.
Yes.
If that, but
It
if
makes
you have
total sense, because if when you are doubting yourself, you're like second guessing all your moves. It's like, even if you made that move before, now like all of a sudden, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should. Well, do I have enough information for that? Well, maybe I should go back and start it again. Just like even with this showcast, it's like, okay, maybe I should wait till I have the perfect this, the perfect that, you put yourself in that space and then nothing happens. And then like 3 months later, you're like, damn, I really should have
I should have
started.
did, I should have, yes.
Somebody else
And
put
you know
their stuff
what?
out, busted, and I'm waiting on the perfect opportunity. I'm not serving anybody. I think that takes me out of my self-doubt too, is I'm not serving nobody. Like, I'm just stuck. I'm not helping nobody. I'm not helping myself. Let me get out of this.
And then the fact that you don't do the stuff, that causes self doubt too. So like, man, I could be further along. I could be this. I could have been here, there, wherever.
It makes it
But
worse.
yes, but what I've learned though too is timing is everything. And once you put in your mind up, somebody can tell you all day, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing that.
Yep.
But if you don't believe it yourself, and if you don't put your foot forward yourself, then it's not going to work. You're only doing it because that person's telling you to. You got to
And it's
believe that you
not
can
going to
do
stick.
it. Right. You got to believe you can do it, and you got to do it in order for it to work, because you're only doing it to appease that person, not yourself and not God or whoever you believe in.
Right.
So I also believe in timing. That has helped me, because going back to people making me feel bad because I'm not moving at the
At
speed that
their
they
time.
feel like I should. But when I start to move, honey, I'm moving. So I also believe in divine timing also.
Sometimes, that to me says be intrinsically motivated and not externally motivated, because again, same situation, you moving because somebody else is telling you this is your perfect time to move, this is your time. That's going to lead you to even more self-doubt, because now you're not trusting your voice and listening to yourself. That's going to lead to burnout. That's going to lead to resentment, and nothing is going to feel right. Like time, like you said, timing is everything. Sometimes you need to wallow in that and feel the feelings and then move on. Like, self-doubt isn't just something that you go, okay, I'm going to say a positive affirmation and I'm going to move on. Sometimes why am I feeling this way? Like, what else is going on? Like, use it as a space to reflect too. I think like self-doubt isn't horrible. It can also be used as a space to reflect, to see what your timing is supposed to be and learn how to trust in yourself. I think sometimes we want to move too fast.
It helps you also it helps you be more successful, because when you do it in your own might, you're doing it and you're putting more into it.
Yep.
Because if I'm trying to do something for somebody else, and then that person could be telling you you're not doing a good job or
Yep.
whatever. But if you're doing it because you're pushed to do it, you're gonna put more into it. Like, nobody really knew that about my tea party until I put it out there.
Yeah.
And it's not always good to do everything yourself, but I knew that I had to push, because first of all, I had money on the line and I had people coming and all of that. So I knew I was gonna push this. And even when it doesn't look like things are going the way you plan, it just makes you push even harder.
Yeah.
And you believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to don't let the self-doubt get in the way. And it's funny that we're talking about this, because part of my topic in my speech was having confidence, and how confidence is the cure for everything, pretty much. When
Yeah.
you need to do things. I even have a t-shirt made. I should have have it right here. Confidence is the cure, because if you don't have that confidence, you ain't gonna do nothing.
Nope.
You gotta have confidence to even walk in a room
And
Because
ask,
if you don't have that confidence, you're not gonna go for one thing. And then if you go, you're gonna stand in one spot. So the past few months I've been trying to do more networking things. So
me too.
yes, and so the person that I pick up mentors all over the place. So one of the girls that I took as one of my mentors, she don't know it, but she's one of my mentors. She said, you got to at least introduce yourself to 3 people. Oh
I
my
want to
God.
sit by the snack table.
Right. So there comes the self-doubt. There comes lack of confidence, all of that stuff. So you got to push. Like, I got to get these 3 people. So another thing that can help is setting goals for yourself. Setting goals to help with that.
So that's good. That actually goes into the question I was going to ask you. What are some steps you would share to help a mom move out of self-doubt and building your self-confidence? There's tons of books, scripture, YouTube videos. Follow Maiesha on social. It's like so many different things that you can find to help you build your self-confidence. That there's no excuse not to find a way to help you build your self-confidence because the internet is vast. And then having a definite goal. I find that to be one too, because when you have someplace that you're going, then you're like, well, no, I'm going here. I know I'm scared, but I'm going here. Either gotta give me the wings or I'll get caught, but I'm going there. And when you have that definitely made up in your mind and you make that decision that that is where you're going, and this is, again, going back to what you said, it has to all come from you. It has to all be about what you basically want to do for your life, not mama, not, a mentor, not your husband, not a best friend, but what you want for your life. And I think that's where a lot of women, a lot of moms get caught up, is because we're trying to say what works for our kids, what works for this. And we're constantly people pleasing our way through life. And then when it comes to what we want, now all of a sudden we get stuck. And I know that's kind of what it was for me, is that I was so used to giving all of me to my kids that when it came to my business, I would get stuck. Like literally like, oh my God, which way am I supposed to turn? Is this the right move? Is that the right move? Like you would just kind of get in that space,
As women, we wear so many hats.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, sometimes, a lot of times, we forget that we are a person too, and that we matter. I've always tried to practice self-care and taking time for myself. And a lot of times moms get caught up. I got to do that for my kids. I don't have time. But we have to, the same way we prioritize work, our kids, our husbands, we have to learn to prioritize ourselves, whether it be our business, even personally, emotionally, spiritually, all of that is finding, because what happens is things happen. When those things happen, whether your kids grow up or sadly, in my case, my daughter passed away, you may go through a divorce or your spouse may pass away, all of that. Then you're stuck with trying to figure out who you are, what path you need to take, all of that, because you got so stuck in being wife, mama, sister, brother, whoever.
Well, see, the same thing happened. Yeah, the same thing happened to me. Because I spent so much time taking care of my eldest son, when he passed, that was my identity. My identity was wrapped up in being his caregiver. So when he passed, I was like, so shit, what am I supposed to do now? My other 2 kids don't take the same type of bandwidth. And so unfortunately, it seems to take a major life event to happen for moms to sometimes go, what am I supposed to do with myself? Who am I? What's going on? Like it sometimes takes that life event, I think, for us to start to shift.
And it's not a good feeling to realize that you really don't know yourself.
Yes.
Like, who am I? And I'm talking about that too. Like, who who are you? Like, who are you? That when you start to realize and focus on yourself and learn yourself, and we're always changing. So you can't just say, I know who I am. No, we're always changing. So we are always learning ourselves
Yes,
and teaching other people or letting other people learn us too. But
exactly.
we're always so like don't if you that helps with the self-doubt too, because deep down you gotta know who you are, you gotta know what you stand for to help you not doubt yourself so much.
Yeah,
And when you see that self-doubt, it helps you to pinpoint some of those things that you really don't know about yourself.
exactly. So it sounds like if you had only one lesson to teach for the rest of your life, it would be self-confidence. Am I right?
Yes, yes. Yes, and some people call it vain or whatever, but and you know that, Charmaine. I love taking pictures. I
Yes,
love taking, and it's not that I just think I'm all that, because I mean, everybody have moments where they may not be as confident
right.
at times, but sometimes when I feel down, I may go in the mirror, put a little spruce myself up a little bit, and take a picture. That helps me boost my confidence.
Yes.
And I know they say some people say, people walking around like a dressed up trash can or whatever. But I know if I look better, I feel better
Yep.
because I ain't gonna be around here looking busted and they're gonna make me feel better about myself. No, it starts on the inside, but sometimes you have to start on the outside so it can seep in the
Yes.
inside too. Vice versa. You have to work on both at the same
That's
time.
almost acting as if, though, when you think about mindset work, if you are putting on lipstick and, putting twist in your hair and putting on a cute shirt, that's already acting as if I'm already in a good mood. And so then it internally, so sometimes I don't think it's that for people. And sometimes people don't get that, but it's like, if I feel like, even when my son passed, what made me feel great was still going to the salon, going shopping, because those things boosted my attitude, my just boosted how I felt. And people are like, well, how you in the hair shop? It's like, because this always feel good when I can,
People are so, yes.
woo, how you were getting your hair done? How you doing this? Because it makes me feel good. Am I supposed to be under the blankets like crying all the time? And I think sometimes we have to move out of that and thinking that we have to feel negatively as well. And that comes in boosting your self-confidence. Like, you can feel great when life, I mean, if people knew what we had to go through before we got on this.
Right. We could have gave up, what, about 40
We could
minutes
have gave
ago?
up. I mean, our attitudes could have been stank because technology didn't work. But then you realize that some stuff is a part of life, and you have a choice to be in a joyous attitude, or you can be pissed off. But that's your choice, most definitely. So, what do you do for fun? What does Maiesha do for fun besides look absolutely stunningly beat for the gods all the time and gorgeous?
So I love live music. So I'll go and catch a band some weekends. And lately I've been pretty chill, but watching movies and trying new foods.
Have you tried Nollywood movies yet?
No, let me write
Girl,
that
you,
down.
yeah, go on Netflix, and they have all the Nollywood films. Start with Chief Daddy. It's like, remember how old Black movies used to be, where they was messy and the audio wasn't good, and it was, yes, that it's nostalgic and it's just messy and it's just really like, they overacting like it's the best thing in the world.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Okay, audio. So here's rapid fire. Audiobooks are regular books.
Regular books. I'm old school.
Me too. The beach or the mountain?
Oh, that's hard. I would say the mountains because believe it or not, I'm very introverted. People think I'm an extrovert. So I
Me too.
love quiet. I love quiet. Like
And the
people come
beach
in
is
my
always
house.
so crowded.
People come to my house and they're like, "You don't have on any music? You don't have anything?" I love quietness. Sometimes it can get to me, but for the most part, it's quiet.
Well, thank you so much, Maiesha. This was jam-packed. Ladies, I hope you had your writing devices or your pen or whatever. Maiesha, where can they find you at in these internet streets?
You can find me at Maiesha Lachey on Facebook, Lil Shay 81 on Instagram, and you also can join my women's group BeU P.I.E. It's a private group where we talk about everything, but all you have to do is hit me up and I'll accept you,
And
and
that'll
you can
also
join in.
be, yep, that'll also be in the show notes as well. So you ladies hop into her group. It's a great positive space to be. It'll feel like home. Maiesha, thank you so much for being a part of this series. I really appreciate you and this. As always, we have a fabulous time. I love you, girl.
I love you too, and thank you for having me too. This means a lot.
All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey, thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of the We Ain't Normal Showcast. I want to make sure that you stay in the loop, that you get all of the bonuses that go beyond each show, and that you're notified whenever each new show drops. So I want you to sign up for the We Ain't Normal Show newsletter. Go to weain'tnormal.show to sign up for that newsletter today. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can know each time an episode drops. And if you're listening to us on your favorite podcasting platform, be sure to add us to your library, download the show, as well as leave reviews. Remember to stay weird, and I'll catch you next episode.